Welcome to Thoughts for Growth, a 3 to 15 minute program to inspire, motivate, and or provoke you to see life differently. Brought to you by K-Wave 6 Radio every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, here's your host.
There's a better way, there's a better way. Take one step back and say there's a better way, there's a better way.
Good morning. This is Kirk Spencer, your host for K-Wave 6 Radio. My topic today is not in perfect English, at least not as I teach it or have learned it. It's called, How About If I Told You? How about if I told you fluoride in your water and in your toothpaste is poison, and I can prove it? How about if I told you that brushing with baking soda or salt, or even dried and ground orange rinds, skins of a orange, or just water in with a rinse of hydrogen peroxide is healthier for your teeth and for your gums than anything you can brush with fluoride. Fluoride, from Material Safety Data Sheets, MSDS, if you ever heard of them, you can just look this up on the computer, find them, will actually rot your teeth. And then what it does to your brain and to your body, because it's an accumulative poison, is much worse than what you think. But because the ADA, the American Dental Association, says it's okay, you choose to believe it. Okay, fine. How about if I told you that if you have a vehicle with those cloudy headlight lenses and you're trying to figure out how to clean them, and you go to an auto parts store or your supermarket, whatever, and you're trying to find something to clean those cloudy headlight lenses, but if I told you if you put a little baking soda on your fingers with a little bit of water and rub them with your fingers, you don't even need a cloth, and just rub it over those headlight lenses and rinse them off, you get rid of the cloudiness, and you can use the baking soda for your teeth and for baking and for whatever else. No extra cost. And if you want to wax them to keep the pores filled with something that's actually manageable, you can do that as well. What about if I told you what is called alternative medicine is actually what got us up to the 20th century? All these natural remedies that we know about or are relearning are actually what got humanity, human beings, as well as the animal kingdom, who still uses holistic, if you will, medicines, or alternative medicines as we're calling them nowadays. That's what got us up to the 20th century and still keeps us going. What if I told you that modern medicine is an invention that's only been around for a little over 100 years? It came into being because you could take the plants and make them stronger and put them into pill form, which is what causes all of our imbalances physically and mentally. What if I told you, me, as an alternative healer, as we're commonly called, or holistic. Holistic means being able to cure your spirit, your mind, as well as your body. What if I told you, just as a holistic therapist, I have cured cancer without drugs, plants or otherwise? What if I told you that I had a 70-year-old woman who went to a top hospital here in Mexico, would be the equivalent of going to Mayo Clinic, and the specialist, neurospecialist, told her to go find a natural healer. She came to me with facial paralysis, and within 6 weeks I had cured her with only therapies. No drugs, no plants. What if I told you that a man of 40 years old, average height, laborer, came to me with a bloated stomach? It looked like he was 9 months pregnant, but he had a slim, average body. Came with his mother, who was in her 60s. He said he had been to 4 different doctors, including one specialist, and nobody could figure out how to get rid of his problem. What was his problem? He couldn't urinate. I put him on my massage table, I put therapies on him, and every therapy I touched, it was auricular therapy, which is like doing acupressure, which is acupuncture without needles, to his ears. He screamed, literally, on places that were related to stress. I sat him down and talked to him after doing the therapy and asked him basic questions. Are you experiencing stress? And every question I asked him related to stress, he answered affirmatively, yes. He came to me on a Tuesday. I told him how to release the stress. 2 days later, his mother called and said he's in the restroom, he's urinating, and he can't stop. What if I told you your perspective on the world and on life has been skewed by what people have told you, what people have taught you, and what you continue to believe? What is your perspective on life, and what is holding you back from understanding what is instead of what has been told you? It is your choice on how you live your life. So what if I told you that you have the ability to think and to reason and to come up with answers that are real versus what has been told you and asked you or demand you to believe? Have a wonderful day.
Think of the future that we could create. Face the fact